The Proto-Semitic Allah, Bernadine tells us, was a black god, represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the Papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere, but you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check, it's gonna come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it, if you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the god of the Arabs Negroes, which first is El, but somehow some way becomes Allah, but that's up to y'all, that's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical King's Seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the King Hezekiah, and here we have an Ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible, El, slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic Narrative Poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masriya in the Prophetic Literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine.
I hope you're doing well. Let me check the sound one moment. Okay, sounds good. The title of this video is Passport Bros. What is it about? Today is Friday, January 20th. I hope you will be available later on today at 7 p.m. EST. We're going to have our brother Menkara from FOG, which stands for Feet on the Ground. For the people in England, it will be midnight. For the people in France, it will be 1 a.m. But in America, it would only be evening time. We have Donnie Williams in the place to be. He wrote Peace Ma'at, peace to you. For those who don't know, only members can post in the chat. It's $3 to become a member. It helps avoid trolls, and it's a way to support me as well. For those who consider that I deserve support after the 18 years that I've been putting in work. It's not an obligation. This live stream will be short. I've heard that term before, passport bros. From what I have seen and heard very briefly, it appears to me that it's some people who travel abroad to see some new horizons. And sometimes they might happen to make it do what it do with some honeys. But recently, it seems that some women are not happy about that. So I'm thinking to myself, dang. I mean, even when people leave the territory and travel abroad, it's an issue. It's a problem. Why is it an issue? Why is it a problem? We had Kevin Samuel, who shook the world because we had sim dudes telling these ladies what they want to hear. Kevin Samuel came and brought reality to these ladies who were living in a fantasy world. Thinking that at a certain age, with a certain amount of children, and a certain physical condition, and some of them overweight, might get a top-notch dude who has it going on for himself, who doesn't have any children. That's not realistic. We're dealing with equality, right? Do you see many top-notch females who have it going on for themselves, who's going to look for some dude that's going to be overweight with several children and sometimes unemployed? Why would it go one way and not the other way? Unfortunately, Kevin Samuel passed, and some ladies rejoiced over that. Real sad, but yes, some ladies rejoiced. Even one actor that I actually like as an actress, I said an actor, it's an actress. I was surprised. She actually made a video and she made it clear that she was kind of happy about his passing. And I wonder, did he say something about her? I mean, can people take criticism? Is it being misogynistic and chauvinist if you criticize a woman or women, period? Men get criticized all the time. The video quality is not great. I don't know why. Let me look. Let me see on the application. I know there's not much lightning, but dang. I want to see how it looks like on the application. Hey, it is what it is. Maybe if I change the background, it might be better. No, it doesn't make a difference. Okay. It's funny how it is pixelized now. Oh, looks slightly better now. Okay. So I expect some comments. What have you heard about the passport bros. What do you think about the passport bros? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? There was an era where several ladies made it clear that they would not date a man that makes less money than them. Right? You've heard that, right? Did you see men cry? I mean, ultimately, if some ladies have that type of goals, then they're going to end up single with 1 or 2 cats. It's their choice. They want to get down like that, fine. It means that the lady might be making $10 million a year. She meets a dude that makes $9 million a year. She won't date him. Fine. That's the way you see things. Suit yourself. So now the passport bros has become a controversy. People are even talking about sex trafficking. I'm like, what? Whatever may happen overseas happens in America as well. Actually, I saw a video, I think it was yesterday. I was wondering, it might not be real. It might be something that's staged, but the lady was saying, you need to give me money for me to F with you. And she didn't mean making it do what it do. She made it clear, like, to mess with her, like, for her to give him the time of the day. As a matter of fact, if you want to see that video, it's on Willie D's channel. You know, I have addressed Willie D's statements towards Akon a couple of weeks ago. So if you're curious, just go and have a look and just feel free to tell me if you think that video was real or if it was just something that was staged. We've also seen, well, maybe not all of you, but I've seen a video of a lady who was angry at her dude because he wouldn't pay for all her friends, like drinks and maybe food as well. Now, there was that one that was kind of viral about the lady being angry because her baby father only paid McDonald's for his son because she had more than one child, and the other children were not from him. I was wondering if it was real as well. I don't know if people actually said that it was a fake, that it was staged, you know. And we also see the gold digger pranks. A fair bit of them are staged. But is it safe to assume that some of them are real? I mean, should we consider that all the gold digger pranks videos we see are staged, fake? Now, you can just go on YouTube and type in gold digger pranks if you don't know what it is. In summary, there's a hidden camera filming a guy approaching some ladies actually. And the guy is like, hey, what's your name? Can I talk to you for a minute? Can I take you for a drink? And the lady doesn't care, doesn't give him the time of the day. Sometimes they are aggressive. Other times they're not aggressive. They're cool. Say, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling you. I got a boyfriend. Then the guy says, all right, then, okay. He opens that luxury car. And the same lady that wasn't feeling the dude, that was aggressive towards the dude, that had a boyfriend, and all of a sudden, oh, is this your car? All right, then. Oh, yeah, I don't mind having a drink with you. Oh, I don't mind giving you my number. When we see that, do we hear criticism from the same people that criticize the passport bros? Do we hear criticism from the same ladies who criticized Kevin Samuel? There's one thing that I have noticed is that a lot of time when you have black men who marry non-black women or get into a relationship with non-black women, we have a fair bit of black women who are not happy and they let it be known. But for a strange reason, when black women get married or into a relationship with non-black men, we don't hear those same women who are criticizing black men for doing the same thing. So I'm wondering, is it just a case of feminism undercover? Because you might have heard me addressing feminism very briefly because I want to wait before I deal with it thoroughly. Some people will tell you feminism is a movement for equality between men and women. But what I have observed, and other people will surely agree, is that among feminists, we have women who nearly hate men, who want to be on top, who want to be in charge, who want to control, downgrade, diminish, devalue men. We have some women, and of course, I'm not saying that's all feminists, because fighting for equality between genders, I don't see anything wrong with that. But we have some women who are feminists and they defend women just because they are women. And like I've said before, men usually don't reason this way. Men usually don't defend a man or a man just because he is a male. But we have plenty of feminists who defend women just because they are females. And when I say defend, I mean right or wrong. And sometimes it's extreme. Because a man will be a dog for looking at a woman in the street. But when we have some females who get caught cheating, here goes the excuses. There are plenty of videos where women are caught red-handed, and we don't hear the criticism and all the insults that were thrown at men just for looking at a lady in the street. We need to be fair. There are some things we need to address. We need communication and dialogue so we can know where we stand, how we're going to go about things in the future. But if there is no fairness, we are not going to go far. So we need to call out the hypocrisy. We need to find out if people have an agenda. And we need to compromise eventually or come to some sort of agreement. But we have some people who just want to complain for the sake of complaining, because they will hide behind a seemingly noble cause in order to just criticize man. And we don't need that. And I want to tell young women, regardless of geographic location, ethnicity, and so on, I will advise you to follow the instructions of women who have been in a relationship for a long time, preferably women who are married. Because a lot of you don't realize that your girl or your girls are giving you wrong advices on purpose because misery loves company. And it's sad because this is a vicious circle that's been going on and it's still going on till this day. Now, sometimes you will speak to a guy and you will ask him, okay, why did your relationship ended? A lot of guys will say, I blew it. I messed up. I had a good thing going on. But we can do a poll or just ask around, but most of the time when a ladies ask why her previous relationship ended, most of the time they will say it's the man's fault, it's the guy's fault, it's her ex's fault. Which is strange. It's as if women never mess up or never do anything wrong to cause a separation. Now, one thing that's for sure is that men don't usually say that they got cheated on. Women will say it in a heartbeat. But this thing actually happened. I saw a video of a guy who was married for years. And he found out that his girl was on OnlyFans doing meetups. So heartbreaking. Now, there's another thing that is quite usual. You have some ladies who are either in a relationship or just ended or got out of a relationship. And she will say that either her current partner and anything, the S-bomb, or that he wasn't anything, still the S-bomb. Yet they have spent years with that person. That says a lot about you. Now, honestly, do you hear more men saying that, either about their current partners or about their exes? Or do you hear more women saying that? There are a lot of healthy relationships out there. We have to try to be careful not to blow out of proportion the dysfunctional situations. Yet, we can address what doesn't work. We can address what goes wrong to try to find some reconciliation. Among feminists, we have a fair bit of women who are not interested in men anyway. So they have an objective. There's a prize that they are looking forward to. And if it takes bashing the opposite sex, they would do it with no problem. It would be better for people to just say up front what their real motives are. Sometimes you will listen to some ladies in the West and you will feel like women are oppressed. But if you look at the countries where the passport bros go, you have plenty of footage of how the women over there are being treated by the opposite sex. And you should realize that in the West, they are far from being oppressed. Now, of course, there are some dudes who are violent, and we have some women who go through domestic abuse. It is a reality. Now, you have some guys also who go through domestic abuse, and it might not be physical all the time, but sometimes it's verbal. There's just no respect. And we have a lot of women. It has been highlighted some people have highlighted that you have some black women, when they are with non-black men, they are so sweet, docile. But when they are with black men, they are combative, confrontational, and what have you. So there's been a complaint, there's been some complaining about respect. And you have some women, you see them at work, they give their all into it. But in their household, it looks like it's not important anymore. Some women just want to emasculate men. I said some. But once again, there are plenty of good, long-lasting, healthy relationship. But young lady, be careful. You might be attracted to some feminist movements who will present some noble cause, but ultimately have ulterior motives. I don't think you want to be 40, 50 years old, single with some cats. There are plenty of good guys out there. And lastly, you have some footage of ladies who go to some clubs and it's just some. We see how they get down with male strippers. So a lot of guys have warned individuals about the ladies who go on those spring breaks and, you know, this day or couple of days of partying, you know, and they go with the girls only. Because some of them have no shame on their game, you know. Publicly, they will do something strange, and that's not for change. They're saying you're doing something strange for some change. It's not even for change. They do something strange publicly. Everybody's filming the stuff. Others would not do it publicly, but somehow, somewhere, we still come across some footage sometimes. So watch out. When it comes to those girls' nights out, it might cause some emotional damage. There's wrong on both parts sometimes. There's good and bad everywhere. There should not be a mentality where by default, it's the men who are wrong. But I really want to hear from you in the comment section. Right now it is lunchtime in New York. And once again, as I'm about to close out, feel free to join us at 7 p.m. EST, New York time. And tomorrow, Saturday, 21st, we're going to have Jabari Osase, and it is scheduled for 4 p.m. EST. So stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the Necheru, I will holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. Do I to do a Necheru Hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Netia class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Netia lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Netia, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Netia, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Netia classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Netia class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.